In this video, we will discuss a problem. Here, the bearings are observed while traversing with a compass and tape. We have to check for local attraction and correct the bearings by method of including angles. So, given the forebearing for AB as 188 degrees 45 minutes. So this AB line falls in third quadrant. So 188 degrees 45 minutes. Now BC bearing 118 degrees 15 minutes. So BC falls in second quadrant from north of B to BC line. Now CD bearing is 346 degrees 35 minutes, which means CD falls in fourth quadrant, and from north of C to CD line is 346 degrees 35 minutes. And DE bearing 337 degrees 5 minutes, which means DE also falls in fourth quadrant. From north of D to DE line is 337 degrees 5 minutes. Now EA bearing 293 degrees 30 minutes. That means EA also lies in fourth quadrant. And from north of E to EA line is 293 degrees 30 minutes. Now we have drawn this closed traverse with given four bearings. Now we can find all interior angles. Coming to angle A, it is nothing but bearing of AB minus bearing of AE, which is back bearing of EA. So angle A equal to bearing of AB minus bearing of EA. That is AB bearing 188 degrees 45 minutes minus AE bearing 113 degrees. So that comes 75 degrees 45 minutes. Now coming to angle B, bearing of BC minus BA. That is 118 degrees 15 minutes minus BA bearing is 7 degrees 45 minutes, a correction. So BC minus BA is 118 degrees 15 minutes minus 7 degrees 45 minutes. That comes 110 degrees 30 minutes. Now angle C equal to bearing of CD minus bearing of CB. That is CD minus CB. So CD is 346 degrees 35 minutes minus 298 degrees 15 minutes. That comes 48 degrees 20 minutes. Now angle D equal to bearing of DE minus bearing of DC. So DE minus DC. Bearing of DE is 337 degrees 5 minutes minus 166 degrees 30 minutes. That comes 170 degrees 35 minutes. Now angle E equal to EA bearing minus ED bearing, that is EA minus ED. Bearing of EA is 293 degrees 30 minutes minus ED 158 degrees 10 minutes, that comes 135 degrees 20 minutes. We have found all interior angles. We'll perform 2n minus 4 into 90 degrees check. So where n is number of sides, 1 2 3 4 and 5, total 5 sides, that means 2 into 5 minus 4 into 90. So the summation of interior angles should be equal to 540 degrees. So now we'll check. But after adding all the obtained interior angles, we'll get 540 degrees 30 minutes. This excess 30 minutes is to be equally distributed to all the angles. That is, so this 30 minutes divided by 5, that comes 6 minutes. As the error is positive, the correction is negative, which means we have to reduce each interior angle by 6 minutes. So corrected angle A equal to 75 degrees 45 minutes minus 6 minutes, that is 75 degrees 39 minutes. And corrected angle B equal to 110 degrees 30 minutes minus 6 minutes, that is 110 degrees 24 minutes. Now angle C equal to obtained angle C 48 degrees 20 minutes minus 6 minutes, that is 48 degrees 14 minutes. Now angle D equal to obtained angle D minus 6 minutes, that is 170 degrees 29 minutes. Now angle E equal to obtained angle E minus 6 minutes, that is 135 degrees 14 minutes. So this way we have obtained all the corrected interior angles. Now we have to check for local attraction. Now check the difference of forebearing and back bearing for every line, whether it is equal to 180. If it is equal to 180, then there is no local attraction. So after performing this check, we find at BC the difference of forebearing and back bearing is equal to 180 degrees, which means stations B and C are free from local attraction. So we take bearing of CB is correct. Now bearing of CD, that is bearing of CB plus angle C, that is 298 degrees 15 minutes plus 48 degrees 14 minutes, that comes 346 degrees 29 minutes. And bearing of DC is nothing but CD bearing minus 180, that comes 166 degrees 29 minutes. And coming to bearing of DE, that is equal to bearing of DC plus angle D, that is 166 degrees 29 minutes plus 170 degrees 29 minutes, that comes 336 degrees 58 minutes. And bearing of ED DE minus 180, that is 336 degrees 58 minutes minus 180, that comes 156 degrees 58 minutes. Coming to bearing of EA, it is bearing of ED plus angle E, so which is equal to ED plus angle E. So 156 degrees 58 minutes plus 135 degrees 14 minutes, that comes 292 degrees 12 minutes. And bearing of AE, that is EA bearing minus 180, EA minus 180, that is 292 degrees 12 minutes minus 180, that comes 112 degrees 12 minutes. Bearing of AB equal to bearing of AE plus angle A. So AE plus angle A, 112 degrees 12 minutes plus 75 degrees 39 minutes, that comes 187 degrees 51 minutes. And bearing of BA equal to AB minus 180 degrees, 187 degrees 51 minutes minus 180, that comes 7 degrees 51 minutes. So bearings at BC doesn't change because B and C are free from local attraction. Both forebearing and back bearing at BC remain same. So corrected AB bearing is 187 degrees 51 minutes and BA 7 degrees 45 minutes, and BC doesn't change, no local attraction. And bearings at CD, corrected bearing of CD is 346 degrees 29 minutes, and DC bearing corrected is 166 degrees 29 minutes, and DE corrected bearing 336 degrees 58 minutes, and ED corrected bearing 156 degrees 58 minutes, and EA corrected bearing 292 degrees 12 minutes, and AE corrected bearing 112 degrees 12 minutes. So in this way we have obtained the corrected bearings. This change or variation in the bearings of lines is due to presence of local attraction.